niandikia tu phone number. ID number ni 71. Tulia baba.
Hello guys, welcome to this particular video. We're going to have a transition of what to expect in AS Pure Math. If you have done your IGCSE and then you're going to join A levels, in this particular video I'm going to take you through some of the topics, some of the areas that you need to focus on as far as that level is concerned. So when you're going to do your A levels, of course, you're going to do pure math instead of normal math. You're going to do pure math, as well as you shall be expected to do some units to do with statistics. So in this today's video, we are going to have a look at what are the topics you are expected to study in pure math and the way you are going to approach it. I'm going to give you some past exam questions which will enable you to look at how are the questions asked in pure math papers and what you are expected to do. Here today, I have two topics that we are going to focus on. That is indices. Indices is a topic that you've done in your pure, in your normal math in IGCSE. And also another topic that we are going to look at is quadratic equations. Is a topic that you have also looked at. So this is quadratics. We are going to see what's the difference in the way questions were asked in quadratic topics in IGCSE and how questions were asked in indices. What do you expect in indices topic in pure math? So if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that anytime I'm going to upload another tutorial, you'll be notified. And also for you to be able to access our PDF that I'm having in this scenario, in this particular video, you can be able to access them in our Patreon page. So just go straight in the description. You can be able to get the link that is going to take you straight to this particular PDF that we are having here. Now let's dive in so that we can get started with indices. Quadratics later. We get to see how are questions asked in indices A level, that is P1 math. What are you expected to do? And how you're supposed to approach questions asked here. You are told that given A is equals to 1 over 64 x squared, b is equals to 16 over root x, you are supposed to find the value of a raised to power a half. What are you going to do in such a case? If you are given a question like this in pure math, it will mean that you are going to say your a is 1 over 64 x squared, and this is raised to power a half, right? And we know that if you are introducing this power, it's going to affect all the terms that are inside the bracket, so it means it will be 1 over 64 raised to a half, and also we have x squared raised to power a half. So which will mean that this is going to be the square root of 64, so this is going to be 1 over 8, and this 2 times a half is going to be just x. So basically we're going to remain with 1 over 8 x as the answer in this case. So which means whenever you have a power outside, it's going to affect the 2 terms that are inside. So it will be a half, 1 over 64 raised to power a half, which is the same as square root, and x raised to power 2 raised to power a half. So a half times 2 is going to be 1. So we end up having expression reducing to that. So we have 16 over b raised to power 3. So first we need to understand that this is going to be 16 over b is 16 over root x. So this is 16 over root x. But our b is raised to power 3. Yeah. So which will mean we shall have our expression becoming 16 over 16 divided by, this is x raised to a half times 3, because we are having this 16 is raised to power 3 also. Yeah. So which will mean that we are going to cancel 16 with one of these, so that we remain with 16 raised to power 2. And down here we shall have x, which is raised to power 3 over 2. So if you work out this, you're going to have what? This is going to reduce to 16 squared, that is 256. So we shall have x 3 over 2 over 256. Yeah. So which means we can be able to write this as root x cubed over 256 here. Is there another way we can be able to simplify this? I want you to comment in the comment section, leave a comment in the comment section. Is there a way we can be able to simplify this further, so that I can be able to confirm whether you are following, check if we can be able to simplify this n further? Of course, we can be able to leave it at this point, or we can be able to write it like this. So basically that is what you're supposed to do when it comes to pure math indices question. So next we are having AB. Yeah, AB, remember A is this that we are having here, 1 over 64 x squared. So we are going to multiply that, x squared over 64 multiply to B, which is 16 over root x. Then everything is raised to power negative 4 over 3. Yeah, because it's AB, so we are going to multiply these two terms together. Once we have multiplied that, we are going then to raise to the power that is negative 4 over 3. I will simplify first so that we can be able to have it okay. So this is going to be x raised to power 2, and then we shall have our 16 there. Then we have 64 x raised to power a half. I'm doing that so that I can be able to have the right to cancel here, because 16 will go here once, 16 will go here 4 times, and remember we are having negative 4 over 3. Don't forget that. Once you have this, you can subtract the powers for x, so we shall have x raised to power 1.5 over 4 there, and then negative 4 over 3. Then we can find the reciprocal in this case so that we can get rid of negative 4 over 3. We get rid of the negative, so it will be 4 over x raised to power 3 over 2. Because this one I subtracted the powers because x and x have the same base, but you can be able to subtract the powers in order to reduce that. Then we shall have 4 over 3. Of course, 4 over 3 raised to power 4, 4 over 3, 4 raised to power 4 over 3. We can simplify that as, so we can be able to simplify this as, but see, how can we simplify this? If you can be able to work out this, let me just see if I can be able to have enough space where I can be able to work out this. Yeah. So we have okay, so we can say this can be written as, so we can be able to write as what? Okay, so with this 4 that we are having here, we can be able to write it as 2 raised to power 2 times 4 over 3, and then we have x raised to power what? 3 over 2 times 4 over 3. This one and this one will cancel out. This one will be 2, so we shall have x raised to power 2. Yeah, and then we shall have this as 2 raised to power 8 over 3 x negative 2. So finally, which will mean that this is going to translate to 16 x raised to power negative 2 in that case. The next area that you are likely to be tested is the concept of surds. Under surds, you'll be expected to rationalize the denominator and also expand brackets, an area that you have covered in AS an area you have covered in normal math. So if you are supposed to rationalize the denominator, of course, you are going to say this is going to be 8 minus root 15 to root 3 plus root 5. The conjugate here is 2 root 3 minus root 3 minus root 5, and this is going to be times 2 root 3 minus root 5. If you expand, what are you going to have? This is going to translate to 8 times 2 root 3 is going to be 16 root 3. 8 times root 5, that's going to be minus 8 root 5. Root 15 times this is going to be, that is root 3 to root 3 multiplied to root 15, that's going to be minus 6 root 5, minus 6 root 5. Then root 15 times root 5, that's going to translate to root what? Times root 5, that's going to translate to 5 root 3. And this is going to translate to 6 times 4, that is 24, minus 5. If you work it out, this is going to translate to, you simplify everything that you have there. This is going to translate to what? 3 root 3 minus 2 root 5. So you need to understand how to rationalize the denominator, especially if you are going to do pure math. Yes, otherwise, solve this and give your answer in sad form. Of course, if you are supposed to solve this, you are going to multiply this one here and multiply this here. Shall have x root 5 plus 5 root 15 is equals to 40 minus 2x root 3. So you are finding x, so it will be x root 5 plus 5 root 15 is equals to 40 minus 2x root 3. We shall put the like terms together here. So we shall take this on the other side. We shall have x root 5 plus 2x root 3 is equals to 40 minus 5 root 15. Factor x out. X out, we shall have 2 root 3 plus root 5 is equals to 40 minus 5 root 15. So these are the kind of questions that you'll be doing in SAD form, and divide by 2 root 3 plus root 5, divide by 2 root 3 plus root 5. So this cancels. You can see our x is going to be equals to, you can see this is 40, but the initial equation here we were having 8. So we can factor out 8, we remain with, no, we can factor out 5. We can factor out 5 here. We remain with 8 minus root 15 over 2 root 3 plus 15. Root plus root 5 rather, root 5. So if you can look at this equation that we are having here, is basically the same equation that we are having at the top here. Yeah, but when we rationalize the denominator, we got that as our answer in this case. So meaning we can be able to replace this with this part that we have down here, and that is going to be x is equals to 5 into bracket 3 root 3 minus 2 root 5. Yeah, so with that we can basically say that our x is equals to 15 root 3 minus 10 root 5. Yeah, so that is what our answer becomes in simplest form as per this equation that you are having at this given point. So as you are going to do your pure math, make sure you don't forget about the concepts that you learned about rationalization of the denominator in IGCSE. Make sure you don't forget those concepts because they will be quite important as far as pure math is concerned. Now, write this in simplest form. And you are writing it in the form y is equals to axp plus bx raised to power q. So what we need to understand at this point is that whatever we have here as y is equals to 5x squared can be divided by 8 a third x a third, then plus x raised to power 3. This cube square root that we are having at this particular point can be written here as a half, and then we can say this is 8 raised to a third x raised to power a third, because a cube root is the same as raised to power a third. Then meaning that this is going to reduce to 5x raised to power 2 x raised to power 2 over 2, because 8 raised to power third is 2, and this is x raised to power a third plus x raised to power 3 over 2 over 2 x raised to power a third, which will mean if I want to simplify this, I'm going to have this as 2.5 x raised to power what? 2 minus 1 over 3. What does that give us? 5 over 3 plus 0.5 x. This is 3 over 2 minus 1 over 3. That becomes 7 over 6. So you are asked to simplify this particular indices questions that we were having here to check what it's going to give us. So this can be given also as fraction as 5 over 2 x raised to power 5 over 3 plus 1 over 2 x raised to power 7 over 6. Yeah, so that is what we are supposed to give or leave this particular question that we are having in indices. So basically that's what you are supposed to be, that's what you'll be learning in pure math lessons, especially as indices is concerned. Hence find the y dx, giving each coefficient in simplest form. Now that is differentiation. You have gotten the expression for y as y is equals to 5 over 2 x raised to power 5 over 3 plus 1 over 2 x raised to 7 over 6. Yeah, so this is y. Then we can be able to say dy dx is equals to what? Now, whenever you are finding differentiation, if you are having y is equals to x raised to power n, then dy dx is going to be n. You take the power down, then n minus 1. So you decrease the power by 1. I believe you still remember that from from IGCSE. Yeah, so that means in this case we are going to have 5 over 2 multiplied to this power that we are having here. This power that we are having here will be 5 over 3 x. 5 over 3 minus 1 plus 1 over 2 times 7 over 6, then x, and then the 7 over 6 minus 1. So if we multiply this is going to be 25 over 6 x raised to power 5 over 3. We subtract 1, that's going to be 2 over 3 plus this is going to translate 7 over 12 x, that is 7 over 6 minus 1, that's become 1 over 6. Yeah, so basically that's what our dy dx is going to become. So as far as you are preparing for your pure math kind of concepts, be very sure to do questions like this. Now here is another heavy question. You are going to learn that is actually indices, and we are going to see how you are going to apply concepts to do with questions like this, especially in pure math. We are told that a tree is planted exactly 3 years after it was planted. The height was 2 meters. 3 years after it was planted, the height was 2 meters. Exactly 5 years after it was planted, the height is 2.4. Given the height in meters, h, t years is modeled. These are modeling questions that you're gonna be doing in P1. Find 3 significant figures where necessary the value of P and Q. Yeah, so where P and Q are what? Constants. So we're supposed to find the value of P. So in pure math, P1, you are going to be given a question like this. So what are you supposed to do? What are you expected to do in such kind of scenarios? And actually, if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that when I'll be going through in details these kind of questions when you've resumed in pure math classes, you'll be just getting notifications. And also you can be able to join our Patreon page so that you can be able to download the PDF of these papers that you can see I'm displaying here. You can be able to download the PDF of these papers you can see that I'm having here, and together with the marking schemes. So once I'm done with this series, I'll be working out what are the kind of questions that you'll be doing in quadratics. That will be the lesson for tomorrow. Yeah, so we shall be having this lesson so that you can be able to get prepared for pure math. So let's see, how are you supposed to work out this question? So here we are told that exact 3 years. So we can be able to say that if time is 3 years and the height is this, we can be able to say 2 squared, because the height is 2 meters. 2 cubed, because you can see here is h cubed equals to p t squared plus q. So you can say 2 cubed is equals to time is 3 years. So that is going to be p times time is 3 years, so it will be 3 squared plus q. That is going to be our first equation. And if we simplify this, this is going to be 8 is equals to 9p plus q. And that will be equation number 1. Now, once we have written equation number 1, we can move to the second equation. We are talking of 5 years, the height is 2.4. So we are going to say 2.4 squared. 2.4 cubed. The model is cubed here. Is equals to p times, time is 5, so it's 5 squared plus q. So if we simplify this, what does it become? Let's see. 2.4 cubed. This is going to be 2.4 cubed. It's going to be 13.824 is equals to 25p plus q, and that becomes our equation 2. So which means that we have a series of 2 simultaneous equations which we really ought to do what? Simultaneous equation that we ought to solve in order to work out this. And guys, if you are new here and if you can be able to like the video, the live, just like the live, so that I can be able to know you are enjoying the lesson. This is just a transition tutorial which can enable you to know what you are expecting in pure math. Guys, just leave a comment in the chat section, leave a comment, and also you can be able to like this live. So if we have the 2 simultaneous equations, we can now solve them. I'm having 13.824 is equals to 25p plus q, and the other one here was 8 is equals to 9p plus q. So if we subtract the 2 equations, you can see this and this will cancel out. Then we shall have, we don't want to stress, 25 minus 9 will give us 16, which is 16p. And then we shall also have 13.824 minus 8, which translates to 5.824. Divide by 16, divide by 16, divide by 16, we shall get our p equals to 0.364. That is the value of p. That is the value of p in this case. Yeah, the value of p, 0.364. Then if we want to find the value of q, we are going to substitute it in any of the given equation. One of the equations that we have here. Yeah, so we can be able to find q by saying q will be equals to 13 points. Let me just check whether you can be able to see the presentation. 13.824 minus 25 into 0.364. So if we subtract that, we are going to say this 13.824 minus 25 into bracket 0.364, because we had gotten the value of p to be this. Yeah, so we can be able to substitute it here. Yeah, so if you work it out, you are going to get your answer as 4.724. So for indices, you will be expected to work out question like that. Guys, just like the live and also drop a comment if how do you find this concept that we're going to do in pure math. Just like the live, leave a comment below. I'll be glad to read your comment. right? So we have gotten the value of P and we have gotten the value of Q. So which means we need to check, yeah, we need to check the next question. The next question says, find the value of T according to the model, giving you answer to 1 decimal place. But this question was telling us to give to three significant figures. So you have to give your answer here for Q as 4.72. Yeah. So this is in three significant figures, and also this one is in 3 significant figures. So you have to ensure that you are following the instructions as far as the accuracy of the answer that you are expected to give is concerned. Now we need to move to the next part. We need to move to this next area of the questions where we are asked that exactly 3 years after the tree was planted, the height is 5 meters. So the model was h cubed is equals to P. Our P, we got it as 0.364, but time we don't know. We say we will be T cubed, T squared, sorry, then plus Q is 4.724. So let's write it to leave it as 3 significant figures. Then, but we are told that the height is 5, so it's going to be 5 cubed is equals to 0.364 T squared plus 4.72. With this cubed, that is 125. So it will be 125 minus 4.72 is equals to 0.364 T squared. So which means we need to say our T is going to be minus 4.72 minus, now this is 125 minus 4.72. Then we write our answers 120.28. yeah, 120.28. then we divide by 0.364. then we find square root because there is T squared here. Divide by 0.364. root answer, we are going to get 18 point, this is the answer I'm getting, 18.1779966. but what is the question asking us to give our answer? 1 decimal place, so that is 118.2 seconds. This is time was given in years, sorry, years, so time will be in years, and that is exactly what you'll be expected to do in such kind of question. So we are having question 5. Question 5 is a question I'm giving you as your assignment. Write in the comment section how you are supposed, what you are supposed to do and what are the answers, so that when I'm going to work out the next tutorial, that is quadratics, I'll be able to give you the answer to this, what you are expected to do. So see you in the next tutorial, guys. If you got value from this particular video, consider subscribing so that anytime I'm going to upload more tutorials, you'll be notified. And also consider checking in our Patreon page so that you can be able to access the PDF. You can be able to access the PDF of this particular videos paper that I was displaying here. I would like you to be in a position to download it. Just check in the description. You'll be having a link that is going to take you straight where you can be able to download this particular tutorial worksheets. See you in the next tutorial, guys. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, and also recommend this video to your friends. See you tomorrow for another live where we shall be able to discuss how to work out with the quadratics. Check in the description. I'll add a link that will take you, after I've recorded that video, I'll do a tutorial on what the kind of question will be asked. Check in the description. You could be able to access the link that will take you straight to where I've solved this particular paper. See you guys.